Hey everybody, and welcome to the next map that I'm going to play, which is Yavin IV Ruins, which is another map from the map pack made by Doom Noodle, and is, I believe, the very first Yavin IV map that we discussed on the Battlefront Max channel. As you can see by the map itself, it's a lot bigger and a lot wider than the Hoth Trenches we did before, and that is part of the same map pack. But it's also very beautiful. As you can see, the Empire here starts at this small lake area. Really pretty, really cool and atmospheric. And both teams have two spawn points that they immediately can take, and then there's that classic multiplayer trope again of having one extra spawn point in the middle to give a boost to whoever's team is controlling that command post.
Take it back. A command post is under Imperial control.
Again, very atmospheric.
A command post is under hostile control.
Just in the first glance, you can immediately see that nothing really sticks out in terms of the objects or props that are used. This is a map, though, that I can immediately see that most of the battle will revolve around the middle checkpoint. Because it is almost like an hourglass figure, it is going to be super difficult to fight beyond this middle point.
We're losing reinforcements.
Mostly also because when the area widens up, you have two spawn points next to each other. Meaning that it is going to be very difficult to, one, capture a command point, but also to hold it, because they can constantly send in reinforcements to the other, through the other ones. Let's see if we can do something with some heavy weaponry here.
We're losing reinforcements.
Again, it's very cool here. It almost reminds me of some of the classical multiplayer maps we have seen in other games, and for some reason it reminds me of like some maps found in Star Wars Conquest, the Mountain Blade mod.
Roger that. They're flanking us. The command post is under hostile control. We're losing reinforcements.
It's also cool. It's a small little detail that there's that the ground is actually curving up a hill here with the stairs. Makes it a bit more dynamic. And again, I am glad to see that this is a bit of a wider and bigger map. It's interesting too because in general, I usually do not like Yavin IV maps that much. I don't know why. It's just aesthetically, it's not really my thing all that much. It's not as bad as Dagobah. God bless you if you make a Dagobah custom map, but you're already 1 point behind just because I just don't like the area that much. I guess I don't like dark swamps. And look, it is very intense fighting. It is very well possible to capture this point and turn the tide of the battle. But now is where it gets interesting, because now again it is going to be mostly defending. Because boy, is this going to be difficult. Gonna purge a little bit here. And look, what's cool too is that even though it is symmetrical in that they also have a wide area, it is drastically different from what we have. Like, this is a ruin site with all these pyramids instead of like the lake area. Oh god. It's also actually very smart too what he did here, because look, I was talking about how it's going to be difficult to capture a point because they can constantly call in reinforcements, but by having a spawn point inside here, that is not the case. Even if they spawn at location 0, they first have to go down here in order to take this out, or to reinforce. See, let's say this was not here, but this was a mirror image of that right there, like only a few pillars were around it. Then it would be super difficult to hold, because they would just shoot at you the whole time. Let's see if we can capture this. Die! Man, sometimes I still hear combat dialogue that I was like, I didn't know that was in there. Oh, well, we lost it.
Watch your fire. Squash the scum.
This also, again, supports two-way capture flag, one-way capture flag. Again, this is one of those maps where two-way capture flag actually would work really, really well. Maybe even better than one-way capture flag, which is rare. Oh, they're trying to capture it again.
The command post.
Nope.
Take it back.
And again, as you can see, now that you hold it, it is actually very easy to hold the spawn point in the middle. It's super difficult to get it back. Took us a few tries, but we managed to. And again, now you are at an advantage because they are depleting. It's smart too. Like, so many maps have it to where there's one extra spawn point in the middle, because if only one of the teams has one more spawn point than the others, the ticket reduction on the opposing team is not that bad. Like, it can still be saved. Let's say there were two spawn points in the middle and one team had both of them, then the other team would not stand a chance because their tickets would just reduce too quickly. But here that's not the case. Again, the team that holds the middle spawn point is at an advantage, but not to the point where victory is secured. Gonna go in here and capture this again. Took a lot of damage there, though. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Shish kebab.
A command post is under Imperial control.
Let's see if we can capture this. This is interesting. This is like a bunker. It's like a World War II bunker up in there. Oh, God! That looks cool. Again, it's so good that... This is really also a tip for some map makers. Because if you go, like, symmetrical with your map design, it's always a safe bet. Some people might say, oh, it's not excited, but at least it's very safe in gameplay-wise. Like, not one of the teams is at an, an unfair advantage. But the trick then is to keep it symmetrical, yet make each side different, like has been done here. Where, even though the layout is the same, with the hourglass figure, the Empire has that cool, more open lake area, and this is like a temple area. Very well done. I will say I am more impressed with this map than the Hoth Trenches. I did also love the Hoth Trenches one, but it was a bit too small for my taste. I wanted a little bit more, maybe one or two more trenches.
Command post is no longer under Empire control.
This is just great. Did they take the middle one? Oh my God, they did.
A command post for the Empire.
Nice. Man, you get that. Oh God. You get that hero quite fast. I will actually also, in some of the other videos, I will change it up to Fight as the Other Side just to see what their heroes are all about. I know that there are 4 new heroes in this map pack, and we've only got this guy, so we need to check out those others too. I know that there's a Death Star map in there. Will probably be then the Rebels then. I forgot what the other 3 were. If there are any clone stuff in there. I mean, you could play this with clones as well, but to me it makes more sense to do this with the Empire. But look how difficult it is to maneuver.
We've lost control of a command post.
You just get shot immediately. That's a good thing. Makes it challenging. Makes it challenging.
And stay down. He's coming around. A command post is under Imperial control.
You can definitely see now, though, that by us holding 2 spawn points for quite a while, the distance in tickets has gotten so wide that we have no chance of losing this. It's kind of interesting too to see our AI try to spread out, but they're really not that well capable of doing so. I mean, enough spawn in here too is really good. Sometimes, I'm not too sure how that works, but sometimes in some maps you have spawn points and then no one spawns there. Like you have a really good flanking capture point that you just caught, and then you get no reinforcements. Sometimes they can be kind of frustrating.
They're coming around.
Oh, we're this dude again. I still want to get to that bunker at the end. That's not the most perfect spawn point, actually, to have this, I realize. Yeah, now see how quickly you get shot. Gee, oh, this is not gonna work. I mean, snipers are a must there. Absolutely. For example, with the Hoth trenches, I felt like snipers were not that useful because everything was so close quarters. But here, it is still close quarters, but they have a huge vantage point. And I guess the Empire does too from the island. Well, there that goes. Only 12 left. This is about to end. Probably now we're actually going to spread around and capture some of their points.
Their reinforcements are dwindling. We've captured a command post. Their reinforcements are dwindling.
Anyway, guys, if you want to check this out, you can find the link to this map pack in the description down below. Again, 6 maps, 4 new heroes. Very, very cool. Definitely check it out. We're going to check out more maps pretty soon as well. Don't forget to let me know any recommendation or requests on certain maps or mods that you want to see on this channel.
The enemy is losing reinforcements.
Take out the imp officer.
A command post for the Empire. Their
Only one left.
reinforcements are dwindling.
On the sides.
Alright, guys, and with that, I'll see you guys next time.